Three, two, one. Hey everyone, it's us again. Reviews
Wait,
from the
hold it.
West.
Sorry, hang on.
Oh, the doggle intro. The doggle intro. So, hello, I am Dog. Welcome to Review from West.
Review for West.
Wow, wow, wee, wah.
My dog was getting into a shouting match.
Shoot it.
Jesus Christ. Don't
Fuck
shoot.
What
you,
is?
I'm not
Come on,
shooting
dude. What
your
is he?
dog.
A cop? Calm down.
Oh, damn.
Oh, all the cops in the chat sign out.
Take two, start it over.
Hey,
What are you
Cab.
talking
Hey, Cab.
about? That was a good
Hey
one.
Kev, hey Kev, bro.
Start it again.
I think I'm just gonna roll with that. So,
What? That's
was a cool-
horrible intro.
That was
all
a
right,
good full movement.
fine.
It's so memorable.
2, 1. Hey guys, it's us again. Reviews from the West. I'm Victor.
Yes, you
Is
are.
that it?
It's just me on the episode, guys.
No, it's the other.
Friendly reminder to harm your animals.
If your dog kill won't shut up, just shoot it.
Yeah, take him to the back and fucking kill him.
Assuming he's gonna
Hey.
use that take.
So, who do we got on the episode? Who's with us?
Got me.
Who's here?
Ryan.
Got
Oh,
me.
shit. Okay. Yeah, me here. And is that over there in the corner? Oh my god. Dude, Victor, are you seeing this? Nick, are you seeing this?
What's going
Yeah.
on?
Is that Ryan?
Whoa!
Is that
Two
Ryan?
times in a row?
2 episodes in a row?
Back
Uh-oh.
again.
Oh shit!
Hang on. What?
Thank
What?
God.
This is totally a cash money moment.
This is a cash money moment. This is a
This is a you won the grand prize in Yo Mama moment.
Oh shit!
I have no
I
idea
would
what
say.
that means.
so.
Oh, Yo
MTV
Mama.
was a channel.
With Wilbur von Rama. Fucking
is-
Fez.
That
Yo
doesn't
Mama.
sound like his ethnicity, but it's okay.
Wasn't it Mario Lopez?
No, it was Wilbur Valderrama. That's his
Well,
name.
what was Mario
Oh.
Lopez on?
That dude was on the Animal Planet, America's Got Talent for Animals.
No, but he was also on one of those shows.
Dean
really?
Cain.
Was it?
No,
What? What?
Hmm.
What are you talking about?
Mario Lopez was on Yo Mama, wasn't he?
No, bro.
Dude,
Wilbur
I'm pretty sure.
Wilbur Valderrama was on Yo Mama on MTV.
This is the show about the little like rap battle, right?
Yeah.
I swear Mario Lopez was on there.
Well,
me-
we don't do rap battles here. We talk movies here.
Thank goodness.
True. That is true.
Yeah. So what do we got today, guys?
Well, hold on. You just broke the pace.
Did I?
We need to find the Mario Lopez answer.
We need to
Yeah,
figure-
it's Wilmer. It's Wilmer. Mario
Wilmer.
Lopez did not do Yo
Well,
Mama.
Mario Lopez was on some MTV show, so if someone can find that, that'd be great.
Look it. He was
Yeah,
on.
put it
uh,
put it in the chat. This is the viewers'
Yeah, yeah,
responsibility
yeah.
now.
if
Yeah,
you
can we
can
get that in
tell
the
us-
chat, please?
Yeah, if you can tell us which.
I mean the comment section. Back when I remember when there wasn't live streaming. There were no chats, live chats. It
We
was
should-
just
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, that's it. There's just comment sections. Leave your
Yeah.
comment in the comments.
We should do a live stream one of these times.
I would love
We
that.
should- We should live stream our Christmas episode because I've got some plans for that bad boy.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to do that. So Ryan's choice this week. He was Ryan's week. Ryan
It was my week.
Kerr.
He is
What
weak.
did you do? What did you
Fine.
bring on?
I was a little late at getting the movies out because I had some picks. Let's just go through my process here. I was dangerously close to picking the house that Jack built for my feature,
Uh-huh.
but it's a drama thriller. It's not a horror movie to me. So we put that one aside for now. We're gonna get a Lars von Trier in here one day, but for the short film, it was like instantaneous, lights out. The David F. Sandberg 2013 short film that got him into Hollywood.
Yeah.
Had to be that one.
Yeah.
And the feature is one of my favorite directors, Werner Herzog, German dude, does a lot of documentaries. we're doing the 79 Nosferatu.
Gang.
Nice. Werner
Banging.
Herzog, most famous for movie set memes and making sure Baby Yoda was a puppet.
Yep.
That's
Probably.
Yep.
Probably.
Probably.
Definitely.
Definitely.
That's ignoring a large history, but that's
Yeah.
totally.
Way to just erase the history, Nick.
Well, this is
No.
my first. This is my first Werner Herzog.
Mine too, actually.
Something with the
Dang, let's
newbie.
go. This was my
Damn.
first Werner Herzog. So we starting with short films, right? That's how you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's
Yeah.
do that.
think so.
Yeah.
So
lights
David
out.
F Sandberg, I think he's Swedish. He's a director that he's just been making
Swedish?
small movies with his wife in his apartment for
Yep.
years, and they just do that, and it's awesome. And
Yep.
He's
Lights Out was the
Swedish?
first one. He made a bunch that
Uh-huh.
went to festivals. He won really good camera gear and stuff from festivals. But for the most part, this Lights Out was the one that took off for him. And Hollywood was literally like, hey, this is dope. You want a feature? And now he's a big director. That's
Yep.
so cool.
The dream.
The dream.
Yep.
Honestly.
He's Swedish.
I believe it's Swedish.
He didn't sound
Swedish.
Swedish. The videos I watched of him. But yeah, hey, that's good. Good from Sweden.
Yeah, born Swedish filmmaker.
Shout out Swedes.
Nice.
Shout out Swedes.
Hey, I'm one of those. Let's go.
Scandinavian gang, rise up.
Hey,
Gang.
Sweden.
So
Yeah.
Lights Out, short horror film, about 3 minutes long. You can find it on YouTube for free. It's just a little video that carried itself really well, and it's well made. What do you guys think of it?
Pretty
I-
good. Pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I watched the feature first because that was when I first heard about it. The feature came out. They said it was based on a short film, and then I think now is when I actually just watched it for the first time. I'd
Oh,
seen
dang.
I'd seen clips of it, like other people talked about it in videos and all that, but now I've actually watched it, and yeah, lives up to what came afterward for sure.
It's good.
Yeah, it holds
really
up.
good.
Like it just comes down to the simplicity of it all. Like
Yeah, very simple premise. This woman turns off a light one time, sees a demon. It only comes in the shadows, and fear,
Boom.
dread,
Yeah.
scary.
Boom.
Bam.
Done.
It's basic,
Done.
but dude, it's effective.
no, it totally is.
Definitely.
It's-
So basic that a major set piece involves hiding under the blankets.
Yes. Which is also pretty fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
The scene I've actually seen this before. So
yeah.
this was on Film Riot, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
They did a behind the scenes about it a couple of years ago. So I was like,
Cool.
oh, I've seen this, looks really familiar. And then I was like, oh, yep, I know exactly what's gonna happen. And then I remember her creepy fucking face when she
Yep.
she turns the fucking when she turns the lamp off.
That was gnarly.
That was very gnarly. But yeah, I do think that I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen the movie, but like the feature. But I do know that the location of the movie is kind of more appealing to me, just because it's like really pretty and everything like that, because it's got like big production value and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I don't remember where it was, where the fucking where the location was, but regardless, they were it was like they were by like a fucking light, like this big like LED, or not LED, but this big like neon light. And it was,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're in the basement of their house, and the
That's
house
right.
itself looked so much like any other house I've seen in any low budget horror movie I've seen in the last decade.
yeah,
But
Are
yeah,
they in the basement?
yeah, she has a big ultraviolet light, and she's shining it around, and so on.
Oh, I thought you
That's
meant the
right.
neon sign like in the shop when they're in the second floor.
that's what I was thinking of. That's what I was referencing.
Okay, that's where I was.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe she took the light and brought it down to the basement. It's been a while since I've watched.
That's the UV light.
Okay, the UV light.
Yeah,
I thought-
it was like their apartment was like right
Yeah.
at like some fucking like big light, some shit. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, guys. Let me see if
It was a big sign for a store that turned on and off as it was like flashing its logo.
yes,
And it
That's
turned the
right.
whole room red.
yes,
That's
yeah.
right.
yep. That's what I was thinking of.
I remember the movie was pretty creative with how it did its lighting and its editing and so forth. It's my kind of horror, material horror. I really dug that aspect.
Do
Yeah.
you think that the short film? You think that the feature film expanded on the short film effectively? I know we're not talking about the feature, but you've seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think it definitely builds on the concept because feature, you got more runtime, do more set pieces, and Sandberg really took advantage of that. There's a lot of creative set pieces in that, and the story itself wasn't too bad, I felt. For expanding upon this demon, this entity that literally lurks in the shadows and can come at a moment's notice.
I remember seeing the feature with Ryan, and I remember not liking it, but that was just the one time. I just think there's some concepts that really just should stay as short films, and like sure, I guess you could build upon it with like lore and whatnot, but really, this film does not need to be expanded at all. But regardless, it is cool that he was able to make it into a feature. But
Yeah.
I think this just works 100% better as a short.
And I'm pretty sure
I agree.
it's produced by James Wan, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
so.
Nice.
Oh, this short or
no,
the
the
feature.
Feature.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
'Cause he made this in his house with his wife.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And speaking of his wife, he brought her into the feature film and had Loda. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I think I heard him say Loda in an interview, but he
Yeah.
had her play like essentially the same role in the movie, and I was like, "That's so
That
dope."
is nice.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's
And
the
he's
dream.
casted her in every one of his films since. She had a small part in Shazam, even.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
so
cool.
cool.
Really?
I love that.
One of my favorite details of this film is that you kind of think that this creature is it is supernatural, but it doesn't give off a sense of like it has like a physical, it can like interact with the physical world in a way just because it disappears in the dark or in the light, and so it has this very like ghostly presence. But there's that one shot where she goes goes into her bed and you hear its footsteps like, or it's like
Yeah.
running away, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, this thing can actually like
Fucking
move
haul ass.
around in reality. It's
Good
freaky.
sound design.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just that's kind of a motif I notice on and off in horror movies. They'll do the running footsteps sound effect, and if they can mix it well, it's a highlight. It works really well.
You guys have anything else to say?
Oh, I liked it. I liked it a second time. I think it actually is pretty fucking scary too.
Uh-huh. There's a Lights Out 2 I think in development.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I
There's a
don't
what?
know. Last I heard, there was a Lights Out 2 in development, and I'm just
Oh.
kind of waiting to see what comes of that.
I bet Sandberg doesn't touch it. I guarantee.
Maybe he will. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have
That
to
sound
see.
like studio milking to me.
Could be, but the studios need their horror franchises. They need someone to rake in the theater bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it does say he is directing it.
Does
Oh,
it?
there you go. Why?
I hope he
yeah.
has new ideas.
I'm sure he will.
Hmm.
Or maybe it's going to be one
Like-
of those things where it's just an idea and it never really comes to
Yeah.
fruition.
I would like that. Much like
Or-
The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I wish that was just a concept.
Yeah.
Dude.
Or
F.
he could get really drunk and phone in a script like John Carpenter did for Halloween 2.
There you go.
Well, I give it 3 stars.
I say watch it. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. It's free. It's 3 minutes of your psyche to get traumatized.
Yeah.
Is the channel Pony Smasher? Isn't that the channel?
Pony
I believe
Smasher.
so.
It is, yeah.
That is the best channel name of any channel ever.
It's actually, if you guys should really check out, like, people watching, you should definitely check out his YouTube channel, because he also, if you guys are
Dude.
interested in like anything like behind the scenes or like tutorials and shit like that, it's really, really nice to see someone who is actually working in the field and still also putting stuff out. Like his last episode was 3 weeks ago, and so he's uploading monthly, and
That's certainly a good fallback considering the circumstances we're in right now.
exactly. Yeah, and so he like just shot a video that was 4 hours long, and he shows how he did it in actually 53 seconds. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's got great content. He also has an entire BTS thing for, I think it's the Annabelle movie he shot,
creation.
and it's great. Good
Yeah,
dude.
that was good.
So, we're done with this one. I'll go
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
stars as well. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a look at it.
So
Give it
So, we got Nosferatu the Vampyre from 1979, directed by
Right.
Werner Herzog, or Werner Herzog, if you want to be professional.
And
Werner Herzog, show me your papers.
Herzog.
I knew a Jacob Herzog in high school.
Nice.
That's
Faintly. He was one of the popular kids, so I didn't talk to him a lot.
Well, Jacob, if you're watching this, go fuck yourself.
No, he's cool. He's cool people. He's good people.
Nope. Go
I
after
don't
yourself,
think
Jacob.
so.
Yeah, Jacob.
No, he's good people.
Human
Jacob,
garbage.
do me a favor. Suck my
Great.
dick.
Oh, cool. Great.
Cool.
Another.
You're gonna get your ass kicked, bro. Your ass is mine.
It's a different time back then.
Word.
But yeah, let's get into Nosferatu, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Nosferatu the Vampyre. Based off Bram Stoker's Dracula, this remake of the F.W. Murnau classic follows real estate agent Jonathan Harker travel to the far-off country of Transylvania for a meeting with the mysterious Count Dracula. Not long after arriving, he sees the Count for what he is, a monster that feeds on blood and with the intent on spreading the Black Plague among the populace. He must stop him before he succumbs to a fate worse than death.
And I would like to point out that I almost picked the house that Jack built. Even though I picked Nosferatu, I still got the actor Bruno Gans in the movie.
There you
He's
go.
in both.
Oh, that's right.
Who does he play in?
He
Oh, he plays
Jonathan
Harker. Okay. What did you guys think of this movie?
I thought it was weird.
Ryan, this is one of your favorites, isn't it?
I love this movie.
Yeah, I can see why. I
Yeah,
can see why.
It's
do.
gothic, it's eerie, it's weird, it's uncomfortable.
It's also
dig it.
goofy.
Dude,
It's a
it
little
gets
goofy.
It's got
But-
some goof to it.
Dude, the opening scene for this film is marvelous.
Yeah.
Don't you love it?
It's so good. Like,
What was the opening scene?
With all the fucking carcasses.
Yeah, that was weird. Those look like real carcasses or corpses.
I believe they are. According to knowledge on the movie, apparently they went to an actual place where there were just dead people around, and they
It's like
actually
a
shot that.
cat.
God, what a
Great.
psychopath, Werner Herzog.
But dude, those
Dude.
visuals mixed with the score, it's so
yeah.
haunting, dude. Like,
Yeah.
oh, so good.
Yeah, and then the movie begins, and it feels like the film took Dramamine or something. It's such a sedated kind of narrative. It works.
You can tell he likes documentaries.
Yeah, like the acting is kind of at a kind of a sedated, as it were. There a lot of
mean-
restraint in the acting.
Yeah, that is because Herzog told them he wanted this to be an actual spiritual remake of the 1920s Nosferatu.
Yeah.
And he had stilted actors and movements due to him wanting it to be respectful to the original.
Yep, that's what I assumed.
And
Okay.
also the dubbing and a lot of the dialogue is not good because English is not their first language, but Herzog received a lot of money from Warner Bros. And they wanted an American version, so he shot the movie a couple times and he shot it dubbed. So
Mm.
I'll tell you one thing that I did not like about this movie. I don't like that fucking Laffy guy.
dude,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of him. What is it? Reinfeld? Is that his name?
Renfield.
yeah,
I'm
Renfield.
not a fan of him.
that's the most annoying interpretation of Renfield I've ever seen. They gave him a Joker laugh, essentially. They gave him that condition that Joker has, and it's kind of grating.
I mean, they didn't give him that. He's
Okay, no, but
insane.
it struck me as that same condition. I don't know the exact. I don't remember the name of that condition Joker had, but it's a real condition. So I'm just using.
I can
that as
tell you he
reference.
does not have that condition in this movie, as
Mm.
he's from the start of the movie. You don't see when Renfield goes to meet Dracula
Yeah.
like in the other ones. In this one, it's after that, and he's already insane from the start. And that's his
Okay.
Are you
interpretation.
saying Renfield took Joker's laugh?
I did not say it took Joker's laugh. I'm
Is this
using it.
confirmed?
No, I'm not saying that. It's
Somebody look this up.
I'm using it as reference. As whatever, man. Anyway, that's what confused me a lot. There's some. I felt there was some plot holes going on because they didn't explicitly explain some of these details. Renfield.
Well, yeah, like there's that. They don't do a good job of explaining what's her name? Lucy. They don't do a good job of her, like, why is she crumbling things into a coffin? And there's a lot of things they didn't explain that were in the 1920s that they kept, and I felt he could have changed, but
Well, that's interesting because I watched the original movie today actually just to draw a comparison, and I'll give Herzog this: he was very faithful at recreating the set pieces and the overall look of the movie, but so there's some stuff he added that just kind of, I don't know. I don't think it needed to be there, or some stuff didn't need to be there. Other stuff could have used more explanation. Those crumbling things, like you said earlier, those, I don't know what those are. Maybe that's the body of Christ that she's crumbling up, and
I think
so
that's
on.
what it is.
Yeah. And also this remake focuses more on the Black Death aspect, and at a point,
I love that.
well,
Oh, yeah.
it's neat on its own, but this is a Dracula movie. It kind of draws the focus away.
I mean, that was a huge point in the original in the 1920s. They just didn't do it.
I didn't care at all about the Black Death at all.
I didn't think it focused too much on that.
I don't think that it I don't necessarily agree that it focused too much, but I do agree that when it was mentioned, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Where is Vampire?
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I didn't care at all.
That is that's definitely a difference in opinion, because I can totally get why it's like, okay, that's not vampire related. Why are we talking about it?
Yeah.
But in the original, it's he brought the plague with him, and it's symbolizing that his presence destroys civilizations.
Okay.
And the reason Herzog focused so much on it, in an interview I watched with him, he explained that making it more about the medical side is more real. Having it on a disease is more real and tangible than having a fear of a vampire.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I haven't seen the original, so I'm not sure.
Well, it's okay, the respect there, but I think they get too much into the medical of it. Maybe not too much. Well, okay. So it's just simply, once the Black Death took hold of the setting, Dracula pieces out for a bit, and he doesn't show up again for another few minutes. A bit longer
sure.
than he should have.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they knew that too, because when he's reintroduced, the shot of him through the window just lingers. They knew he was gone for a fat minute.
Yeah. Yeah, and really, vampires can still be scary. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe, probably because it's just my opinion, but vampire can still be as scary if he's certainly doing it. The guy playing Klaus Kinski,
Dude.
he's pretty good. He's no Max Schreck, but he gets the job done.
I absolutely love his performance.
Yeah,
It's
me
so
too.
unnerving.
The dining scene when Parker first arrives, and the moment, okay, we'll get on camera work later, but scene where he stands up and sucks his blood, and then he just stands there and they just hold eye contact. I was like, oh my God, the tension.
Yeah.
And then he just flips a chair and just proceeds to pursue him through the house to a new lighting setup. I was like,
yeah,
this is so intense.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, I have to admit. It does have its unnerving tension when it comes around, and it's just really well done. I was actually getting spooked in those parts.
Shit. I'm realizing. So I have the original on. I'm watching the original as we're talking right now with the sound off, because I mean it's a silent film. So, but I'm pretty sure they shot at the same location.
No, it didn't look like it.
They shot it in Amsterdam, right?
I don't remember, actually.
That's one thing that I did want to bring up, that I didn't. The location felt weird to me. It definitely felt like they shot it it definitely feels like they shot it in 1970s Europe and not like 1800s
Yes.
Europe, because there's like,
Yes.
if you like look at the scene where everyone's just kind of like, yeah, fuck it, the Black Death's here, like, and they're just like enjoying with all the rats and shit and throwing their food at the rats. Like, there's trees that have like the plastic like holders on them so they grow straight, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't around in the 1800s, you know. So
Dude, the funny thing, that's part of Herzog's own fault because he is such a quote unquote guerrilla filmmaker, and he's very illegal in a lot of his filming. The scene where they were releasing the rats on the empty town, there was a police car that was harassing the crew during the shoot, and they were like, you guys can't be doing this, you got to vacate this time. And Herzog's like, okay, tells them to go somewhere else. When they left, he made a stink bomb and threw it into the police car.
Jesus.
Wow.
I was wondering how they were gonna get all those rats back on the back on set, because they were just wandering off. I was like, dude. That's gonna make such a problem.
Yeah, I had so much anxiety. It took me out of the movie. I'm like, you got a rat wrangler, or what's going on with these
thought
guys?
about
They
that
fall
too.
into
I
the
was like-
water.
I was like, how the fuck do you guys get these bitches in there?
Could this movie afford a rat wrangler? There's
Yeah.
the scary part.
Probably not.
We should scale back to like towards the beginning of the film. John's like traveled to Dracula's castle.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
The way that Herzog captures environments, he leaves nothing to waste, and you can tell through his documentary filmmaking that he just the way he captures these environments and these landscapes is truly beautiful.
The shot of the mountains with the clouds.
Yes,
and it
that's
holds
one
forever.
note. That's
Yeah,
one note that I
He
had.
really wanted that shot in there, I guess.
But even just other shots of John walking around, I was just like blown away. And mixing, tripod shots with handheld movement, it just, oh man, I don't know. I haven't seen many movies in this era pull off so well. It's quite beautiful.
I'm glad you dug it.
There's a thing though. It's great camera work. I don't want to harp on the great camera work train. Does a gothic horror movie necessitate the documentary film style? I'm not saying no one can
Doesn't
try
matter.
different styles. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it.
I will say there are bits of the camera work that they make me cringe and almost die. There's a scene when he goes to meet I think it's like the little gypsy town. There's a shot where the camera's panning from right to left when Harker's looking at the people watching him in the place when he mentions Dracula.
Oh yeah.
The camera pans very shakily, is not in focus, shifts focus to the wrong person, and then corrects itself. And the person it's focused on is literally looking like at people off camera, and you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also working with like non-actors and
I mean, that's a good point.
working on film where you just can't look over the footage again.
It just like makes me feel like that's the job of the director to do that and like make sure it comes out right. But
Yeah.
And
I do have empathy because I just watched something with Herzog, and he said that the people that spoke another language, the gypsies, he did not know what language they were speaking, and they had no translator, and they were just real foreign people for him. And he says to this day he doesn't know what they said in the film.
That's what it feels like, honestly. But it adds so much authenticity to it. You could tell they were
That's
just
true.
like really living in that village.
Adding to the documentary feel of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
it's in those ports, I think. Though I kind of wish the movie moved along a little more. This is the thing. This movie felt slow. It felt kind of
It's
slow.
You can
But-
tell it was written and structured in an outdated writing method. You can tell instantly.
Sure, absolutely. And it always amazes me when I watch a movie this slow. You get to a certain point late in the game, you think more would happen by then, but you realize, oh, there's 45 minutes left. What? So it kind of threw me for a loop a bit.
It definitely starts off slow too. It kind of builds up to it in we don't really meet Dracula until I think it was like the 35-40 minute mark or something like that. And that for me at least was a little slow build up, but when I finally met him, I was kind of like, oh shit. go down, and then they go into it immediately. They're like, all right, this dude met this guy. Like, I also thought the introduction was going to be a little different. Like, it just kind of opens the door, and I was like, hey, what's up? You know,
a little anticlimactic.
And then, but then he's like, oh, I'm cutting this bread, and then cuts his finger, and then he's like, let me suck that thumb of yours before, you know,
you'll get poisoning.
Yeah. You'll get poisoning. It's like, oh, it's hardly a scratch.
I was digging that build up a little bit. I may say, kind of dour compared to the original, but it was still neat. They expanded a little bit on Harker and Lucy's relationship. There's some kind of droopiness going on. They decide to take a walk on the beach. She cares for his safety. I will say, Lucy strangely became my favorite character in this movie.
She's good.
Okay, yeah, they don't touch on the pseudo psychic aspect a bunch, but I was still digging it. And there's a scene.
What psychic aspect?
Well, she has these premonitions, or she has bad dreams or whatever. I took it as psychicism or something.
That's how I kind of saw it too, a little
telekinesis.
Because there's that one scene where she yells out for John and Dracula as he's biting on John's neck in his castle. Yeah. He like looks up and like can sense something.
And the movie,
I could see that. I would interpret it as, since Herzog made the movie, I would interpret it as the metaphorical connection that she knows what's going on even without being with him.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but also Dracula's reaction to it too.
Well, however you spin it, I dug it. And there's a scene toward the end of the movie. She's like honestly a fucking badass, and I did not expect it. It was my favorite scene in the whole movie. Like, hell yes, let's. Why aren't I riding with this character the whole time?
Yeah, she kind of plays his ass too. Man,
yeah,
thinking with his vampire dick and not his vampire brain.
No, yeah, she schools him in that bathroom there, and she reveals that cross. And then he's like, "Good night, sir." Something like,
"Good night, sir."
Yeah. Good night, sir. Have a good night,
sir.
Not like
have a nice rest, chap.
Not like that. It's more
dramatic,
epic.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Good. Great.
I liked that character. She did a little too much though. She was just kind of the worried wife throughout most of it.
Yeah.
Which so.
But she for one thing, she played being horrified extremely well. Her eyes are just like she can open those babies so wide. Yeah.
She really opened them motherfuckers
like, whoa, mama.
Reminded me of Italian horror a couple different times.
Yeah.
More Lucio Fulci than Dario Argento, thank God. Yeah, there are different times I was reminded of Italian horror. There's a certain kind of mood it builds up, kind of this supernatural premonition feel. You see it a lot in Fulci's movies like Zombie or The Beyond. Like, doom is coming to humanity, and it's just a matter of bracing yourself when that day comes. That kind of feeling. I was getting into that. Oh, what else? There's also the music we touched on before. It gets kind of redundant at a point. I feel like they use the same track 4 or 5 times in a row.
There's just like a couple that I remember. There's one that's a bit more uplifting, a bit more on the and then one that's just a bit more haunting. There's only a few that I remember.
I don't remember much of the music. I know there's a shot of the empty town square and the people are walking with the coffins.
Yeah. Oof.
I was in the middle of saying something during that scene and I shut up and just watched. I was like, I'm silent. The music is landing just right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what part made me laugh a lot? Dracula just rode out with his black coffins, and Harker's trapped in the castle. He has to make a makeshift rope out of bed sheets to get out through the window on a high story. He drops to the ground, and then it cuts to the next morning. He knocked himself out, dropping to the ground. The timing on the editing had to be intentional, had to be comedy. And if it was, bad choice, because it broke the tone, and I laughed a lot.
Dude, there was a scene. So you're talking about when I said something to Ryan about it last night, but there's a scene where he first gets to, what's this place called? It's called
Castle
Vernon.
Dracula.
No. Like this town they're living in.
Oh, isn't
I
it
think
still
I-
Bremen or something?
No, it started with a V
Uh,
or an F or some shit. Let's see.
It was a V.
All right, let's see. What's it called?
the town that
It's
John is
called
living in.
Verna. A house in Verna.
Oh.
Sell him a house in Verna, where he lives. So when Dracula first gets there, he's like all like being all big and theatric, and he's bringing out his coffins full of plague-ridden rats and shit. But he goes and like drops it off at like, for some reason this dude's like, oh, I'm gonna go to a church, and so he like drops this off at a church, and as soon as he's done dropping off the fucking the coffin, he sees like a fucking like crucifix on the wall, and he like at it and like like dances his way out of it, and that took me out. I'm like, was that supposed to be fucking hilarious? It felt like What We Do in the Shadows type. Like it was so. Oh man, I was laughing. Like,
I mean, wasn't it the cemetery, the small chapel in there that was abandoned?
yeah, that must have been it. Yeah, but yeah, regardless, he's like he sees the cross and he goes He like does this big like it was almost like an opera move. Like
Very much. Yeah, some of the stuff definitely did not translate to the 70s.
It's
very
goofy,
well.
and I'm cool with it. It was funny.
Yeah.
I had a chuckle watching him. He's like, there's this great shot of him right at the camera. The composition is incredible with these lights leading to his head on
Oh,
both sides.
yeah.
So good.
And then he turns around and frolics away, and I was
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
he's just like running around the town. I wasn't sure entirely what the point of that was, but that
He's like running like
cracked me up.
Waluigi. Like
And it lasts for a while too. There's a scene where he just like runs off, and then
He
just
he goes
with his
somewhere.
arms out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he goes somewhere and then he runs back towards the camera a little bit and then back to like it's like
And it's
fucking
like
minute and a half long scene of this dude just like skipping.
if it stayed there, I'm pretty sure again with Herzog metaphorical, he can just like be free in the town because he's killing everyone. But like did not translate.
No.
Also less forgivable because they did it twice, right?
Yes.
So they do it the one time, and then they do it again with Renfield. He laughs at the camera and then scurries away, ideally like a mental patient. So I guess it worked. But dude,
Yeah, but
goofy.
Renfield just disappears after that, never to be seen again.
No, he comes back and then he goes into Dracula and he's like kissing on him and shit, and Dracula's like,
Dude.
go away.
Yeah.
He rubbed his head on him like a cat and like, hey, can I do this? Hey, can I bump? Can I do that? Like bump, and he's just trying it out. That's so funny.
Okay, well, and then he pieces out. I feel like he just disappeared at a point. That
Yeah,
or he
Dracula is just like, hey, go over there and just leave me alone. Whatever you say, master.
So it's funny you mentioned Herzog wanted to stay true to the remake in terms of like the acting quality and the compositions and so forth. I'm not sure about that because I think the original had more broad acting. Granted, silent movie, you gotta take everything up a little higher, a couple notches. But I felt the acting in the original was more animated, and I could get into the characters a little bit more. Everyone just felt like they were sleepwalking sometimes.
Like you just said it though, they're more animated because it was a silent film.
Okay, yes, but other than that, when she wasn't sleepwalking,
But I mean, yeah, and like you just said, why they were more animated in the silent film because it was a silent film.
Yeah.
well, I thought you said Herzog wanted to stay true to the stilted acting of the original or something.
It is.
Well, animation doesn't mean stilted. I don't know.
I don't understand your point. The silent era, when they're delivering dialogue, it is as stilted as possible. And when they
delivering
need to
dialogue.
when they need to emote an emotion, you literally can't say it or show it. You have to display it.
I missed I forgot the delivering dialogue aspect of it.
No worries.
Ryan, why do you love this film so much?
The gothic imagery.
That's it?
I love the gothic imagery. I love the story of Nosferatu. I just I originally did not like the story of Dracula or Count Orlok, which
Why?
strangely enough, he's Dracula in this, even though it's named after the one where he's Count Orlok. But
Yeah.
that's some meta nonsense no one needs to worry about. But I originally did not like the idea because I was like, he's selling a vampire a house in real estate. This is so stupid. I was like,
Yeah.
this is so stupid. And once I accepted it, I was like, okay, that's not so bad.
Interesting to give him buck teeth instead of the usual fangs.
It was again the rat inspiration.
It was the rat inspiration. Also, the original as well had it.
Yeah, but I feel like it translated better in that movie.
Why?
I don't know. I guess the rat inspiration does make sense, and it's not too jarring. Yeah, Dracula's different. He's to put it mildly. So I'm not sure really. It's just if you thought about it, if you saw it at first glance without context, like a vampire with buck teeth. What the? This guy's a weirdo.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks pretty similar to the 1922 one. The way
Yeah.
his teeth are, because they're
Mhm.
also big, long
Yeah.
front teeth.
I wonder if they thought vampire teeth were like that back in the day, like, you know, back in like the teens and 20s. Or I wonder if they had to do that practicality because it wasn't able to be shown as well if the canines were extended. You know what I mean?
I'm
So,
not.
Like
I
the
don't-
false set of teeth they have, they're like, okay, well, if we show it on the two front teeth, and if they're sharp that way, then that would make it way easier to show than if it was just like the canine teeth, which are covered a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Well,
Could be.
yeah, it could be that. But thinking on that thought, you had the Hammer films a decade prior, and Christopher Lee really got to show off those fangs every now and again.
Well, I'm talking about the original Nosferatu, like, because I think he's paying a like homage to
Yeah. That's
the
good.
original. So
I don't know. I guess I guess my thoughts just got askew there for a second, but just the idea of a vampire with buck teeth. It sounds.
It's a little goofy. It is a little. This movie's got some like goof to it for sure.
I like the teeth in the front. I really think he comes off as like this like grotesque rat person. That
Yeah.
I love it.
It does work.
I like the
And yeah, and with the hunchback, good transition. I put some pictures. There's a scene of the 1920s one of him walking through a door and a scene of him at the window. What did you think of the scene recreations in this one?
Were there scene recreations? The shots look
Oh, yeah.
completely
for
different.
sure.
The one him walking
Yeah,
through the doorway.
I have two gifs in the
Yeah, I'm
our
looking
chat
at
right now. He
I don't-
recreated them.
The window one I absolutely remember, but the doorway one I do not.
The doorway one is pulled back more with the bed on the left to show
Okay.
Harker
They-
in it.
It's not a
loved that
total
shot.
recreation. They manipulate.
No, it's a spiritual remake. That's
Okay.
that's what I said at the start. Nosferatu the Vampire is Herzog's spiritual remake of Nosferatu because he believes that the Germans did not have an iconic film yet in terms of like the modern. It's modern being 70s, but in terms of the modern era, Herzog said that he believed the Germans did not have any modern filmmaker to look up to. So he figured remaking this old German film and making it their own vision he thought it was important for the German people.
I gotcha. I guess I'm not. I guess I wasn't just gripping with that spiritual successor aspect of it. So I can get behind that now. Yeah. So yeah, the shot recreations were pretty good for their modern take.
He definitely does a great job recreating the like expressionistic lighting and shadow work. Like there are so many shots where Dracula's entire torso is drenched in the darkness and all you can make out is his face
And his hand.
and his
pretty
hands.
good.
And like usually in a film you'd be like, oh shit, we need to like fix that. But because he's so pale in this, it adds such a creepy feeling. But like that one shot where he comes through the doorway and John is in bed, just like sitting up, ready to like like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh my word. And there's like that part where Dracula comes in with his hands up, and it feels like that's gonna like it's a theater scene. Like he's gonna bring his hands up and then curtains fall or something. But like there's certain movements in that feel like theater work.
Yeah.
And I think they do I think they translate pretty well, even if it comes off a little strange.
It definitely comes off strange. Like I feel like we are at the point where old films, and this is not discrediting movies. I know how some people are going to take it,
Oh,
but I feel we are at a point where old movies are getting outdated, and you can feel it at this point. It's like, wow, that has aged, and it's showing very bad now.
That is my feeling with a lot of like the 1980s movies, unfortunately.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's how you feel. Okay, so old movies. You were talking so-called modern movies from the 70s onward.
I would say for me, modern is like
I was talking to Ryan. Like, what was your definition of old movies, like from the 70s onward, the more recent?
My definition of an old movie would probably be black and white.
Okay.
Black and white and anything before the colored era.
Are we including?
I mean, like, I say that, but then I'm like, dude, there's some really bad 70s movies that used to be good. Now they're like,
well, there's black and white 60s films, black and white.
Well, there's gonna be bad movies no matter which decade you lived.
I know, but I mean, even movies that were like considered good, like I'll see them and I'll be like, that acting's weird. Their dialogue isn't good. This is structured in a way that doesn't work anymore.
I'm
I
kidding.
guess context is a big thing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know.
You know what I didn't like in this movie? Van Helsing. He was not himself. I was really bitter about that. Maybe it's because I'm a big Peter Cushing fan, or I just know the character of Van Helsing by now, but this was not Van Helsing. He was a skeptic. He didn't believe any of the vampire stuff, and he stakes him at the end, sure, but missed opportunity for special effects. There's all you get is a bloody stick. And that's it.
It was like fucking red. Like red.
See, that's again old movie blood. It's so outdated. It doesn't work at this point.
I think just even the character himself, he's so lifeless. There's nothing to him.
He's not good.
Yeah.
He's not good.
Van Helsing wasn't perfect in the original either, but he wasn't. This thing's extra because he's more prominent in this remake, and they did him dirty.
Dude, that old frail dude that takes him to jail.
Crying out loud. And they want to arrest him.
I'm not armed.
I was weak, dude. That little man. You want me to take him to jail with what? It's so funny, dude.
That is so pathetic. You arrest Van Helsing, that's stupid. He only just killed the most dangerous supernatural creature, the man responsible for bringing the disease to humanity, and you want to arrest his ass?
Well, they didn't know
Bullshit.
Yeah, they didn't know that.
Well,
yeah, when does the movie
bullshit.
take? You see someone get stabbed, what are you gonna assume? That's the kind of it. It's the end of the road, death penalty.
Well, had Van Helsing been not this Van Helsing, I wouldn't have had taken big issue with it.
Yeah, man. What happened to Van Helsing, the vampire slayer?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
What happened to Hugh Jackman?
What happened to Hugh Jackman Helsing, huh? Where's that?
Honestly,
I meant
His auto crossbow. The heck?
even that's stretching it. He's got nothing on Cushing, dude.
Van Helsing.
Somebody pick Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman. I want to watch that
Chase,
movie.
what were you gonna say?
I want to watch it too.
Nothing. I wasn't gonna say anything. Actually, nope. I wasn't gonna say that I actually enjoyed Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing when I was a kid.
Oh,
Hey,
that's fine.
I'm
It was a lot of
not.
fun.
I'm not suggesting that someone picks it so we can watch it again. And by we, I mean I want to watch it again.
I was gonna pick it at some point. I don't know what you're
Do
talking
it.
about. All right. Yeah.
So with Nosferatu Dying, I love his death scene so much.
Yes.
I can't put it into words. Watching him look at the sunlight, go blind instantly, and then have a seizure and die and curl up on the floor like a spider. That's one of my favorite. And then the shot of Van Helsing checking on Lucy and he's just curled up in the background. I love it.
Yeah. I honestly, the dubbing of that scene freaked me out more than the actual visuals.
The breathing?
Yeah, him breathing, obviously not matching up with the breathing that's going on.
Yeah, my brain registers that. It's like, this is not correctly dubbed. And then I keep watching. I'm like, and it's making me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
So
was.
mission accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought his death scene was weak. Because again, it's a modern movie. You got a bigger budget. You could do special effects.
Did you want him to blow up?
No, I want him to burn to ashes or something. Get some smoke and embers in there. I don't know. He just curls up and dies. He shrivels
I
up.
mean, he's not technically dead. If you go by like old German vampire stuff, he's not dead. He's paralyzed until the sun's gone.
Okay.
Or until they get the stake into his heart.
That's
Alright.
when you actually kill him. That's the only way to kill him.
See,
Right.
I think that's part of my issue with my experience. I'm still thinking the traditional Western version of a vampire. They burn to ashes in sunlight, or you gotta stake them and then they burn to ashes. I got that mindset too much. I clearly need to do some research and put myself in a different space.
Yeah.
Dude, we should watch something with Chinese vampires. They aren't allowed to walk. They only hop.
Oh my
That's the
god,
only movement they
dude.
allow.
What?
And the only way to stop a Chinese vampire is to drop rice on the ground. They have to collect each one and count it.
I watched Robo Vampire.
Oh no.
It's like RoboCop, but
no.
Chinese vampires, and they hop around. It's hilarious.
What?
Do you recommend it?
No, I fell asleep.
Good.
But maybe check it out because the cover has RoboCop on the front.
Or something that looks like RoboCop.
Yeah, essentially.
Ugh.
That's goofy.
The Chinese hopping vampire. Oh my god.
There was
Yeah,
one.
dude.
There was one I wanted to watch called Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. It's a kung fu martial arts horror movie with Peter Cushing. And yeah, there's martial arts fighting and Peter Cushing still acting his ass off in a vampire movie. A schlocky one of the schlockier ones. And I gotta see it. I need the best of both worlds.
Peter 420 Cushing.
No.
Smoke up.
Ruined his name, dude. Why did that have to happen?
God damn it.
Hey, it's what I do best.
What I do? I ruin names. Fuck.
So how about ratings? Let's get to
I ruined
ratings.
my
shall we?
name.
It's
ruined
what I
Peter
do
Cushing's
be
name.
do.
We got ratings in this bitch? What about the ratings?
Well, are we done yet? Are we done?
Yeah.
I'm kidding around.
I gotta say that last scene, or the scene where they're all in the town dancing around, eating dinner with the rats. I love that.
Yeah, it was
I
kind
love that scene.
I love how they're like, fuck it, whatever.
I know.
We all have it.
We all have the plague. You might as well enjoy it.
It's like everyone in Florida with Corona. They're like, fuck it.
We all got it.
Yeah, might as well.
I was scratching my head. You could have just spritzed those little fuckers with alcohol and throw a candle on them. There.
There's a million
Solve a
of
lot of
them.
your problem. Right?
No,
I mean,
no.
kill the rats. Burn the rats.
That's true.
How do you know
Roman
burning them
water.
wouldn't like turn the plague into the smoke coming from
Yeah.
the rats and then blow into another country or something?
They couldn't know that. How could they know that? Primitive science back then. Primitive thought process.
Exactly. How would they know killing them would fix it?
Well, try
I mean,
it. Don't just
What are they
dance
gonna
like
do with the people that died from it though? Like,
burn the bodies. They always burn the bodies, didn't they?
They weren't
That's
even
why
wearing masks, dude. They didn't even have their masks on.
masks have nothing to do with it.
listen, if I'm going to the grocery store in a mask, everyone's wearing a mask.
I'm saying they could have just not acted like complete fools and tried to deal with the problem.
I think it's kind of surreal. I kind of like it. It doesn't really make sense, but like,
Yeah. And
I don't know.
and the fucked up
Do
thing
you
is I
think
get
it-
it was surreal.
Do you think you would have liked it more if it were more German expressionism?
Me?
And it was much more exaggerated. No, Nick. And it
Oh.
was much more exaggerated. And then that behavior. Like, you're saying you didn't like the stilted acting, but when they do it, you're like, this is hammy and doesn't work.
I guess I guess I just have a confused opinion on this so far.
I-
For one th-
I'm confused as well because you like the over the top '80s acting too, where it's
no,
like
that's
similar.
no, that's
It's
No,
about
that's-
context.
no. That not all 80s acting is bad, for one thing, and also
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad at all.
stilted. I guess.
Tilted, yeah.
I guess I'm just confused. There's things I like in this movie, and there's things I just don't click with as much. And on the German expressionism thing, I'm not sure. I don't watch a lot of German expressionist cinema, so I have to get a better feel for that atmosphere, for that style.
So I feel like that would have made you appreciate this more, because not in the terms of like you didn't like this, but in terms of if this were shot as a German expressionist film, I think this would have clicked more, because right now it's filmed like as a 70s movie with German surreal expressionist performance.
Yeah,
And I think if everything else matched the performances, you would have been more like, this works for my brain.
yes. The way I see it, the movie is trying to play it straight, but it can't help but draw comedic attention to itself unintentionally, or
Yeah,
just
it just hasn't aged well.
saying, yeah, this movie just hasn't aged well. That's it.
Eh,
Huh, I don't know why it's that hard for me to say, but yeah,
let it
that's
out.
how I feel.
Dude, I want to watch this fucking Van Helsing movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so down to review that one sometime.
Watch it. Live stream of us watching Van Helsing.
I don't know if that's legal. Maybe we just show our faces and then we have the audio stupid loud so they can hear it.
or you just record the audio and have the people sync it up with their copies at home.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
That is what Riff Tracks does with their commentaries. Riff Tracks are the original 3 guys that made Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I don't know if I want to do that actually.
No, but it's the same. It's just the process. Think about the process, not what they do.
Am I gonna sit and butcher a movie? I don't want to do that on
Oh,
camera.
Mystery Science
No,
Theater.
well, they don't butcher a movie. They just make jokes and point out the funny
Uh.
things about it.
That's why I don't like The Exorcist, though. My friends made jokes, and now I'm like, I can't watch it seriously.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Every time I've recommended Mystery Science Theater, that must be why. That must be why.
Yeah, I can't do commentary on films.
I love science theater. Well, the thing is, the movies they covered on that show, they were really terrible. A lot of them were super shitty. So it didn't matter if you missed dialogue or plot points. You're focused on the jokes and what the movie can do to supply such jokes.
Hey, am I watching a movie or a stand-up routine? Am I right?
Come on.
Hey, we've all cracked jokes during the movie at one point or another.
Of course.
That's true.
So it's that experience. And they do skits in between the
But I'd much rather do that with friends than like people I don't know, because then I get the humor.
trust me, if you tried one episode, I think you might get a kick out of it. Just a little bit.
I'm sure I would, to an extent. I'm sure I would.
Maybe. That's what I like to do an episode. I like to do an episode of that at some point. I want to get you guys to watch one science theater episode, and I want to hear your reactions.
We should react to a Mystery Science Theater episode.
We should roast science theater episode
No,
and put their jokes up for debate, just like they're putting the movie up for debate.
they're not. The movies are clearly awful.
Is it just
What
like
if their-
CinemaSins?
What if their commentary is clearly? Oh,
What?
Is it just like CinemaSins? Is that essentially
Hell
what they do?
no.
Oh,
Hell
All right.
no.
Oh, you don't like?
I'm sorry.
You don't like CinemaSins?
I hate CinemaSins. They're garbage.
What?
for what reason?
Yeah, for what? They're dope.
No, they're not. Their jokes are terrible. He jokes about his dick and stalking his college girlfriend all the time, and he just points
Bro,
out
that's not relatable.
it's annoying.
Relatable for me, bro.
He points out things that are happening on the screen and calls them flaws of the movie.
their criticisms are flat out just bad.
Yeah, and they have this weird thing. They'll hate something they like in the movie, and if the public doesn't really doesn't like a movie, they'll play up the hate toward the movie, even if it doesn't make sense. And if people like the movie, they'll downplay the hate, but they'll still find something wrong just so they can get at least 10 minutes of video so they can get the mid-roll ads out. It's fucked. It's bullshit.
Are we talking about Mystery Science Theater or CinemaSins?
CinemaSins.
'Cause
Fuck
that
'em.
sounds very similar.
Yeah, no, they're not. Science theater is way more intelligent humor and all around holds up better. I don't know how CinemaSins got millions of subscribers. Actually, granted, I watched them for a bit, but after a point, you catch on to the crap, and I'm just sick of it. And really, he's just negative all the time. I hate negativity. I don't want to be watching negativity. Why would you want to stick around for negativity?
Because it's dope.
No, it's not. It's not good for your health. You need to surround yourself with positivity and really build up those spirits.
Big agree. Big agree.
I watched the I like them. I like the movies. If I see a movie that I'm like, oh, I didn't like that movie, then I see them talk about it. But if something like, they did one for Midsummer, and I was like, they were getting stupid things, and I thought all the stupid things they were calling was kind of funny.
Bro, get out of here.
I thought, I know, I guess I'll just fucking leave.
Even the movies I don't like that they covered, I just hate his voice too. His voice is so annoying. I just want to
Negative.
punch him in the head. God.
So, based on that, what would you guys rate
CinemaSins, we're coming for you.
What'd you say?
What's CinemaSins rating?
Yeah, what's your final thoughts on CinemaSins?
0. They don't deserve to be a thing anymore. The joke has run out. Cut it out.
All right, that's your final word on CinemaSins. Victor, what's your final rating on CinemaSins?
I'll give them half star. I'm gonna put your head on a silver platter. That's what I'm gonna do. The CinemaSins.
And Chase?
I'm giving them 2.5. I don't dislike them. I'm subscribed to them, but I don't watch a lot of it. I'll watch the occasional video, but I'm not like a diehard. But I think some of the shit they say is kind of funny.
Then you should unsubscribe.
It's not. It doesn't cost anything.
Still,
why would I
subscribe?
I
mean, you don't need that junk in your inbox.
Dude, I'm subscribed to like fucking Riley Reid. I don't need my
Who's Riley Reid?
You're fucking.
Oh, come on, Nick.
You are lying.
I don't get too involved in internet culture.
Okay, I'll show you. Show you a link.
So my last word on CinemaSins, I'm not gonna rate it, and I'm gonna say I just haven't watched them in years, so I can't form an opinion.
And also, fucking, what is it?
Here's your link.
They'll raise questions that'll be immediately
Oh, boy.
answered if you just watch the movie. It doesn't take a degree in rocket science to interpret what a movie is telling you. Just watch the fucking movie.
Nick, look, click on my link.
Why would I watch the movie when I have Mystery Science Theater to watch it for me?
No, it's different.
How? It's people critiquing a movie in a comedic way.
They're not critiquing. They're making jokes.
They're making fun.
So is CinemaSins. CinemaSins is not serious at all.
They're not making jokes. If they are making jokes, it's really terrible jokes. But
that is the joke. The joke is the movie is doing things wrong, but it is not doing wrong.
Well, one clearly does
it.
One clearly does it better than the other.
Debatable. I don't watch either, so I can't form an opinion, but debatable.
Then we got to get a science theater in front of you.
If we're doing that, the short film for that is the CinemaSins.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Nick, but
I won't be there on that episode.
It only has 151,000 subscribers, and CinemaSins has 9 million.
Wait, what?
Mystery Theater 3000 only has it has 151,000 subscribers, and CinemaSins has 9 million.
Who the fuck gives a shit about how many subscribers?
Nick, did you click on the link yet?
Yeah.
No, it keeps opening in Internet Explorer for some reason. It's taking forever to get up here.
Oh man.
What seems to be the problem?
I don't know.
Okay,
but let's get back to Nosferatu, shall we?
Yeah, final ratings and stuff.
I'll give Herzog's Nosferatu 3.5. I like a lot of stuff in it. I can appreciate what it's doing, but some things don't quite add up for me. Had it been done less a certain way and more another way, then I could appreciate it more. But yeah, the gothic scenery, the camera work, and some of the performances and a couple other standout set pieces, admirable stuff. It's a decent horror remake as far as either emulating or sending up the original.
I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 4. I was really into this film. I think visually it's pretty stunning. It's my jam 100%. The way in which Dracula's showcased is freaky and unnatural, and just his performance, wasn't it Klaus Kinski? Linsky?
Klaus
Yes.
Kinski.
Klaus. I think he does a pretty wonderful job. He's very sickly and just there's something very off about his character, and I love it. I think there's a few parts that really slow down for me, and I'm not a huge fan of the way John transforms at the end of the film. It comes off as a little corny for me. But overall, it's pretty awesome. Thank you for recommending this, Ryan. I'm glad
Yes.
to have seen this because this is my first Dracula that I've seen on film. So
Ooh.
I'm
Wait.
pretty sure.
Wait, what?
actually-
You
What?
never seen a Dracula movie before?
I don't believe so.
Me neither.
I've seen it in theater and whatnot, but not on film.
Oh, wait.
I don't think.
You didn't see the Universal one or any of the Hammer ones or even Coppola ones or the modern Dracula or whatever's. Nothing Dracula.
I mean, I've seen Dracula Untold.
That doesn't count.
But that's all I can really think of at the moment that I've seen. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a scene in Dracula Untold, I will say, that's pretty fucking sweet. He dives off of like a tower and then turns into like a flock of bats.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
That shit kind of went hard.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's more like a Castlevania movie than a Dracula movie, but hey.
Isn't Dracula in Castlevania?
But there's stylistically, it's more action adventure.
It's more Lord of the Rings.
What are your thoughts, Chase? Final word. Rating?
I really want to give it a 4. Like I really, really do, but I don't think I can. So I think I'm giving it a 3.5. I think I'm giving it a 3.5. I enjoyed it, but there's just some stuff that just felt off. I don't think that if this is how Werner Herzog's movies are, I don't think I would be the biggest fan of his. I just didn't. I wasn't the biggest fan of the direction the movie took. I thought visually it was fucking gorgeous, and I like the way that they use vignetting and stuff like that to show the age that they were trying to go for. I like that a lot. It's just some stuff that is it's the low budget aspect of it kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was there is some shit in it that's actually really scary. Klaus Kinski is just so fucking weird, and I thought his performance was really good, which makes it a better watch for me. But I'm gonna give it 3.5. I think I'm solid with 3.5.
It's a good rating.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with a solid 4. I love this movie. It's definitely slow and it's paced and written in an outdated format, which is very noticeable for me. But the visuals, the gothic style, the atmosphere, the Dracula, the lighting, the hard lights in it, the visuals are so good for me, and the atmosphere is so good for me. And yeah, I like me some Herzog.
Nice.
Well, what other Herzog movies would you recommend for starters like me?
There's so many documentaries. I don't know where to start.
I know Grizzly Man is a popular one.
I mean, that's one of. I mean, there's like the famous. I don't remember the name, but it's like the Steamboat movie. But
Fitzcarraldo.
Yeah, Fitzcarraldo.
yeah, that's like his big one. But the Grizzly one is definitely one of his his prime time documentary.
Mm-hmm.
A good one is Into the Abyss. It has to do with death row inmates and interviews with them. It's pretty poignant, very good.
Oh, okay.
Also, Lessons of Darkness is pretty good too.
Gotcha.
It's a bit more
Well-
avant-garde documentary, but the topic it covers is very, very strong.
Word.
I'm looking at his filmography right now. Actually, okay, he did a couple movies I heard about. I started watching Rescue Dawn at one point. It's a Christian Bale war movie where he's captured in Vietnam. And then there's Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans with Nicolas Cage. I hear that
Mhm.
one's absolutely wild. Well, that was a good pick.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, you got it.
You got
Victor is have you made your decision?
I believe so.
Whoa.
Well, but let's get to the questions first.
it.
Oh, we
Okay.
got questions?
We
I
just
have
got two.
none. I forgot to ask.
Yeah, I asked like 3 hours ago. So
Hey, wait, Riley
Um,
Reed's a porn star, isn't she?
Yes,
finally,
Motherfucker.
That was pretty believable, Nick. We almost bought it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Wait,
ser-
what,
Dude, I don't go watching porn a whole lot. I don't want to remember porn stars' names.
What,
Shit.
you were 12 at one point?
No, I'm not saying I wasn't 12 at one point, but shit, I don't go around remembering
I
what
don't know,
porn
man.
stars'
Riley
names
Reed
were.
Riley Reed was one of the first I was introduced to.
Does your mom know about her?
My mom?
No, Nick's mom.
Oh. Ooh.
She will now. It's on the
She will
computer.
now. Nick, delete the history now.
Do it. Back it up. Get it off.
Yep. Thanks for that.
We're just looking out for you. Okay, so we got two questions. This one is from someone in the group may have a little heart to heart with.
Ooh, heart emojis,
What do you mean?
kissy face.
What do you mean?
From Wiggles the Great.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know her. I'm dating her.
So
Oh, you mean the
she-
Rainbow the Siege operator?
The siege.
What?
Oh, never mind.
Huh?
I guess Ryan doesn't get it anymore. Ryan doesn't get it anymore. Never mind. Forget it. What's the question?
So she asks, "Have you sufficiently hydrated today?"
No.
No.
Where's your water? God.
How the
I've,
how the
I've-
fuck did she hear that?
I've done good.
That's directed at me.
I've done
Okay.
good.
I'm
Good.
just getting back to it now. I had
That's
a-
good.
I had a
You,
mild
Victor?
I'm just drinking one of my water bottles, and that's just all I've had today. I'm kind of amped up on Rev Up Italian sodas, so
Yeah, I had a mild canker sore on my tongue today, so I had to hydrate again.
Good, man. And
Ah.
on a canker sore is like dipping your balls in some glass. You know what I mean?
I guess.
all right.
Any more questions?
Yeah, so we got one more. This is from War with Cinema, who, if you're hearing this, guys, what are their names? Greg and fuck, I forgot the other guy's name.
God damn it.
Scheisse. Actually, we might have them on next year. These guys, War
Oh,
with
shit.
Cinema. I went in contact with them, but they asked, "What's the worst sequel ever made?"
Spider-Man 2.
Sam
Really?
Raimi's?
I'm kidding. No.
You bastard.
Yeah, Sam Raimi. Yeah, I don't fucking
Kick your ass if you committed to that.
No, it's not.
Twilight 4 Part 2. There you go.
Bro, that was way better than the first one. What are you talking about?
No. Shit.
You didn't think it was?
Shit. I mean, they're all shit, but that one's the shittiest.
What's the
Really?
exact wording of the question?
The worst sequel ever.
What
Worst
is the
sequel ever
worst
made.
sequel ever made?
What is the worst sequel ever made?
Ever made. Ever.
Ever. Forever.
Maybe Halo 5.
Oof.
Oh, we're not just doing movies?
Well, he did say.
I
what's
mean,
the
he
worst
didn't
sequel?
specify.
Shit.
Halo 5 is pretty bad, but worse than Halo 4? I would say Halo 4 is the worst sequel.
Even that has flourishes of goodness in there.
I mean, I guess it definitely is worse than Halo 4 for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
Halo-
coming off the backs of Halo 3 though, god damn, Halo 3 is a good fucking game.
Well,
Oh yeah.
it's a good game. It's not my favorite, but it's good.
Oh, Halo 2 is my favorite game of all time. So
Reach was my game, though. I love Reach.
actually, I'm thinking Rocket League's moving up in my favorite games, dude. I
I'm
love
surprised.
Rocket League.
I like Dead Rising. That's my game.
What
Okay, so worst sequel, guys.
Yeah, worst sequel.
In any media. Okay.
Your interpretation.
I just went for the video game because I can't think of a movie.
All right.
I'm gonna go with. I think I might go with Sinister 2.
Oh, there
Just-
you go. I'll
just-
join you in on that one.
Screw that film.
Yeah.
I've never been
Garbage.
so just blown away by its just mediocrity. Awful film.
You mean mediocrity?
No, I mean mediocrity.
Hmm.
Also, Born into Mafia 2. You guys have probably never heard of it, but
The hell is that?
Born into Mafia 1 wasn't any good, but Born into Mafia 2 is probably the worst example. It's the poorest film. It's just such a poor film. I can't even call it a film.
Is that one of the ones you found on Prime late one night?
Yeah, it's oof. We'll just have to do a month of bad movies.
Oh god,
We-
don't put
Man,
me
we did a lot of bad movies since we started this.
Uh,
I don't know. Things was pretty terrible. Reflections of Evil was
just
pretty terrible.
F off, buddy.
You know it in your heart.
Man, I don't know what the worst sequel is that I can think of.
Well, what's your least favorite sequel? How about that?
I don't know. I'm
Jaws the Revenge was horrible.
Man, dude, I have no fucking clue. I have no idea.
I just watched The Howling 2. That was really bad.
My least favorite, dude, I actually don't know. I want to say Thor: The Dark World was pretty fucking bad.
So
Well,
Not even that bad though.
what's the sequel to Jurassic World?
Ooh.
A Fallen Kingdom? I could
There you
think
go. I hate that one.
I can think of way worse than that.
I can't right now. That was real bad.
Attack of the Clones is pretty fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still some good shit in it though.
Yeah.
I probably own a really bad. Oh, fucking dude, the second Matrix movie.
Reloaded?
Oh
Wow.
my god, the second Matrix movie.
No.
Garbage.
Go
Mm.
home.
Shut up. You know it's true.
No.
You know it's.
It's definitely maybe it's the no. I would say that it's.
I wouldn't say it's the worst, but
I think 3 might be the weakest.
well,
For
yeah.
example.
If 2 was bad, then the third one's definitely not going to be good.
Hey, you'd be surprised. They can pick up after a bit.
Well, they picked up after the first one. The first one was like revolutionary, and then they're like, nah. Let's make these dudes with dreadlocks go on motorcycles really fast.
They only rode in one car.
Were they not on motorcycles? It's been a
No,
while.
Trinity's on a motorcycle. They're in
Oh
a
yeah, they fight on top of a fucking semi truck. I remember that.
That's some boss shit right there.
True.
Well,
More
I
like
think.
Bosnia stuff.
Bosnia.
So do we all get our answers in?
X-Men Apocalypse. That's what I'm saying.
Boom.
Oh, come on, you could do better than that.
It's pretty fucking bad.
What's so bad about it?
It's pretty bad. There's a lot of bad. The movie's just fucking not good.
It has
What is?
Oscar Isaac, but blue.
Yeah, he looks like
Oh, what's so bad?
Cruz. Fucking X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It wasn't terrible. Dark
skippable.
Phoenix was worse.
Absolutely worse. But
Apocalypse
guess
is still
sequel-
good.
no.
Hmm.
But coming off of
Days of Future
Days of
Past.
Future Past, which is arguably the best fucking X-Men movie ever made.
Ooh, I like that noise. I hear.
Was it a
console.
microwave?
What?
Was that a microwave?
What is wrong?
Sounds like the old like. Did anyone else hear that? It sounds like an old PlayStation startup screen.
Nope.
No.
I think Chase has some background noise, but
Dude, it's always me. There's so much. I'm right underneath the fucking water tank.
God.
It's all like
It sounds
everyone
like
takes a fucking shower and it's like incredibly loud, or they do anything.
I heard it
I
like
hate it here.
pop up and then fade away, and it sounded like that. That old
Yeah.
PlayStation 2. I think the.
Oh,
PlayStation
yeah,
2
yeah.
startup screen.
The PlayStation 1.
Was it one? I don't remember
Yeah.
which one.
Oh, well, no,
Have you
no,
seen
no.
the size of the fifth one, dude? It's like the size of a human torso.
That bitch is big. You can fit. I could fit you and Nick into that thing. You guys both could
Yeah.
fit into that.
Yeah, it's
Really?
possible.
Yeah. It's got nothing on the Philips CDI though.
Oof, that bitch is big. I mean, it might actually have something on it.
It might. It's huge.
No kidding.
Let's see what this bitch looks like.
You actually have to disassemble the bottom stand to put it like horizontally.
Oh, Nick, this thing is definitely bigger than the CDI.
Is it?
Yeah.
I knew it. It's huge.
Hold on. Let me.
So the CDI is just essentially the size of a fucking VCR. Yeah, but like the PlayStation 5.
It's a joke.
I pull up the image search, and one of the first results is a T-shirt, and the guy's just grabbing the model by the boobs. It's supposed to be the joysticks on each, But great. That's just great.
I do think the PlayStation 5 is fucking hideous, though.
It's gross.
It looks like, what does it look like? It looks like a gadget in a cheesy sci-fi movie.
It does. It looks like Cell's head from Dragon Ball Z.
Dude.
It just looks like they didn't change the concept art for it. They just like someone mocked up a concept for the PS5 10 years ago, and they're like,
Fuck it.
let's just go with that.
Use it.
It's like those game systems that will come out in 2020, and then you have like
Absolutely.
yeah,
Meanwhile, the Xbox One looks like the monolith from 2001.
it looks dope.
Oh,
It looks
the
dope.
model.
No, it doesn't. Both of these things look like garbage.
Well, the Xbox doesn't look bad.
No, they look dumb. It looks like a fucking mini fridge.
It's a
dope, though.
box. The Xbox.
Not wrong.
It looks like a van. It looks like a fucking Converse shoebox.
Well, the box should look like a box.
Yeah,
I'll take it,
I mean,
though.
I'll take that. You know what, Nick, you got me there. Actually,
I see it
Yes.
as an homage to the whatever you call it in
The
2001.
rectangle.
No,
Shut the fuck up.
an homage to the rectangle. Thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Okay, what's an homage to the rectangle?
I see it as an homage to the 2001. What do we call that? Big
The
rectangle.
monolith.
The monolith. Yeah. So I see it as that. So I'm cool with it.
I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I think it's trying to look like a PC.
Well, in my brain, it does. So
Well, your brain is stupid, Victor.
I know.
Hey, it's my brain too. Shut up.
Well, both of you guys have
both have dumb
brain.
brains.
Do you want to go, man? Do you want to
I
go?
don't- Also, first of all, okay, the PS5's controller is white. You know how fucking disgusting that thing's going to be in a month?
Yep.
Sweaty gamer hands with their fucking Cheetos and Doritos and stuff. That thing's going to be disgusting.
Any
Like,
sort of
it's
peripheral
Like, okay, that's
white,
totally not debatable, but here's the thing. You know how many kids are getting an Xbox One X for Christmas this year?
That is true.
They're not going to get the Series X because that is the worst title in what, like, I don't even
Well,
know how long.
So I used to work at a video game shop, and so we'd have our boxes, and then we'd have our consoles separately. So when someone would want to buy it complete, we'd put it in the box, right? So we would line the store, like the walls, like above the shelves and everything. We'd line them with the boxes. And so when someone was like buying a complete, my boss would be like, "Hey, can you go grab one Xbox One box?" And then when the Xbox One X comes out, it was like, "Hey, can you go grab one Xbox One X box?" So it's like, "Hey, will you go grab one Xbox Series Xbox?" Like it's just obnoxious.
Let's just all agree that the next console should be the most powerful structure in history and be a pyramid. And
Ooh.
we all watched both movies and talked about them.
I missed that. What?
A pyramid,
What about the pyramids?
that should be the shape of the next console.
Yeah, let's do it.
A pyramid is the strongest shape.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Do it.
Eh.
I buy it.
Eh.
I don't care. I just want to
Yeah,
play video
diamond.
games.
Diamond wouldn't stand correctly though. So
That's their problem.
my
care.
thing is,
I
I'm
don't
not.
care. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't care what shape we pick. I just want to play video games.
That is true.
I want it to be like perfectly round, like the game sphere, and it just will not balance in one spot. Like perfectly round.
Do you know how much damage the machinery is going to take from a design like that?
Again, that's their problem.
We got to make it out of what's that? Bedrock, obelisk, obsidian. We got to make it out of obsidian.
Jesus Christ. I want to show you guys this picture of like what it could have looked like, and it could have looked so much better. Like so much
Is
better.
it the game sphere?
Not the
Yeah.
not the fucking game sphere. Game sphere.
Wait. Oh, the Xbox should look like this.
I just want a grill for God's sake.
I don't care if it runs and if it plays great games. Sure, I'll take a barbecue.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, so thanks for listening, everyone. We got one more episode this month, and then that will be it for the horror films. And yeah, so thanks.
Very nice.
Very nice. Thanks for listening, everyone. Toodaloo.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya. Wow. What an,
No,
well,
yeah.
what an
No,
exit.
you cut that part out. I don't care.
I'm gonna leave it.